Hey, welcome! Welcome, we're online and we're going to be covering top cars to try right now. We'll be talking about their strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons, and matching those with your strengths and weaknesses. So let's get started. Let's put the pedal to the metal. Right now we're trying out the Nissan GTR, and I've got to say this is a great car for beginners and intermediate drivers because going on and off the curbs, as I've just shown you, does not send the back end out to the front end. You won't go, front back end right into the ditch. So it is very much a beginner car. Now, if you're looking for a beginner car because you're a beginner driver, or maybe you're an intermediate, even a fast driver, maybe you're even a B or an A class driver, but from time to time you get really frustrated because, let's say here you go up on a curb and in coming off you give some gas because you're eager, like I'm impatient and I'm eager, and a car that has trouble coming, getting a little bit of grass and then veering off. So I deliberately hit the grass there and want to show you the GTR is unbelievably solid. It is the most solid car. It's up there with the BRZ. The BRZ, Subaru BRZ, I absolutely love when so no issue with the grass. It's a good landscaping car. Can replace my F-150, 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor. So up and down on the curbs, in and out on the curbs, I should say. No back end, it's not sliding out. Very easy to control. Now I don't get my fastest time lapse with the Nissan GTR, but I do get consistent crash-free, spin-out-free, slide-off-the-track-free laps. And it is solid. You're not going to get punted. If you're playing online, it's so weird. Going against the bots, the computer, or offline, take a Ferrari 458, so fast. Take a Porsche 911. The Ferrari 458, I'd say, is almost the pinnacle of getting pushed off the track. So as much as it's one of my favorite all-time cars, I can't play with it online. I get bullied around too much now. If I get I'm in C class, which I like to call the clown class. There's so much violence. I did that wrong. I'm not concentrating. There's so much violence, and you're constantly getting pushed around, and the 458 Italia gets pushed around a lot. The 911 doesn't like the curbs, and if you're heavy on the throttle because you're impatient and you really want to take off, it's going to send you in... the back end's going to go into another stratosphere. You'll spear yourself into another stratosphere. The 458 gets speared into another stratosphere so easily. So I should have been on the inside apex of that to be able to get on the throttle much quicker. So we're going to be covering tips and tricks and doing some entertaining online racing in the C class, which is a mix of Mario Kart and Twisted Metal, Demolition Derby, bumper cars, and Gran Turismo 7 simulator racing. I've got the Thrustmaster TGT2 here, in case you're wondering, and I like it quite a bit. So the GTR, we're going to be using it at first. It is a very forgiving car. So's the McLaren, so's the NSX, but I'd say in going up, Little Debbie, yes, hey, have a good race. Thank you. Good luck to you as well. And I'd say, starting off, great beginner cars. You got the BRZ, you got the GTR. The BRZ, I find, lacks a bit of straight line acceleration, but is so fast in the bendies. The GTR, very solid, doesn't get pushed around. Love it. If you're having trouble and you're frustrated online because you're getting pushed around, get the Nissan GTR. Or the McLaren is also a great choice, as well as the NSX. If you're starting to really you're driving defensively and you're avoiding getting pushed around, well, then the 911 can be great. The Lamborghini, both a little sensitive to the curbs. So let's get this going. I want to make sure that I see what's going on the channel here. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. And we got the sister channel here, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, where we have 2017 Shelby GT350, 2 Porsche 911s, a 99 and a 2000. To answer the question, can you have an old classic car that's beautiful and have it not destroy your marriage or your relationship because money goes into it? Possibly. So please like and subscribe, hit the thumbs up to help these two channels out. The more viewers, the more subscribers we have, the better the content, the more the vehicles. We also have a 91 Toyota MR2 and the 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor, long-term reviewing all that. Toyota cost me an engine this year. So good acceleration. I guess I need to shift this a little early. So in on the apex, so I can be on the pedal real early. You don't want to, in sim racing or in real racing, you don't want to be full pedal when the steering wheel's turned. Same thing with the brakes. You don't want to have the steering wheel turned a good amount and have the brakes in a good amount. The more you turn the steering wheel, the less you need to be on, you have to be less on the accelerator or the brake. And the GTR is such an easy vehicle to drive. It's not the lightest and the most nimble, but it doesn't get pushed around. So starting off in 7th, let's see where this takes us. Following clutch 20, he's driving the Subaru BRZ. Actually, I find it almost sounds better than this GTR. Love the sound of the Ferrari 458 Italia, but not the right car to be racing online with. It just gets punted, speared into into the stratosphere. Oh. I was watching the car in front of me instead of the curb. So the car really starts to accelerate once I get it back as quickly as possible to near front wheels nearly straight. So when the front wheels are turned a whole lot, you're not accelerating a whole lot. But this car absorbs a lawn mowing, landscaping business right there as I cut the grass. Now, that curb in like the 911 or the Ferrari 458, Lamborghini Huracan, I would have lost control. So, beginner and intermediate tips. I'd say Lamborghini once you're really comfortable with the track. 458 Italia, comfortable with the track and in a top position in a league, a class that's not going to punt you around. But right now, I've got a safety rating of S, so a very high safety rating. So you can see we got a clean race on our hands. People still making some fun clown mistakes, making it that we change positions quite often because people make mistakes in Class C, making it entertaining to watch. And you get the occasional real, a donkey comes from behind and punches you, or they spear you into the next stratosphere. Let's put the pedal to the metal right here, pedal to the metal. Full brake for a brief moment. Got to get on the pedal, accelerating again, then braking again. Yes, this should help us close the gap to M-Town Cruiser. Ooh, we were close to making contact there. But I am a classy driver, not here to punt anyone. Argentinian behind us. 2 Americans in front, and then a Canadian. Let's try to go meet up. Well, Canada, US, I'd say we're all brothers. All brothers and sisters. Seem to always be involved in the same conflicts on the same side. And right now on the track today, we've got a bit of a conflict. The conflict is that I can't catch up yet. I need them to make a mistake. So right there, the grass, the 911 just hates the grass, same thing. So if you're not in 5th for that corner, I find being in 5th really helps the car keep its desired drive line. So 2.04, that's like 3.5 seconds. 3 seconds faster than my top time. My top time isn't in this GTR. I don't make mistakes in this, but very few mistakes. I mean, no major mistakes. Like that happened right there. No major mistakes. Oh, 2 major mistakes. We're moving on up. Beautiful 911, one of my favorite vehicles. But I'm not sad to be passing him, even though that's a favorite of mine. And they are fast, so I gotta put the pedal to the metal here. Focus in. Need to get those shifts better here. Get the shift right here. There we go, there we go. Oh, we got another mistake, and we're moving past M-Town Cruiser into second. We're gone. We just blew his doors off. Thankfully, he made a mistake because they're all faster drivers than me, but I am the safest driver on the track, and I've got a safe car in hand. Few mistakes. Well, I made a bunch of mistakes, but let's be honest, the GTR just absorbs them right up. What a car. What a car. What a race. We might get a C-Class pole position. It'll be our, I think, second ever. We've been in the C-Class, though, for, I think, 4 or 5 days. We got kicked out of D-Class because I dared to finish first with a good lap time. Combination of having a good initial pole lap, so your qualifying lap. A qualifying lap is good-ish, decent. Too decent for D-Class, and I got first in D-Class. Those two combining factors got me kicked out of D-Class, and you can watch that video. So if you're in a class that you like, there's a piece of advice. Don't finish first and have a really good qualifying lap time for that class. And I've lost, I've come near last in a bunch of races, and they didn't kick me back into D. Wouldn't have minded. Mind you, the D was the worst clown shows, the most violent racing, and I'm happy to be in with a classy bunch of gents and ladies now. Okay, give it some gas here. Briefly drop the gear. And back on the gas. Let go of the throttle to get my angle, then get right back into it. And I love the GTR, like, I'm not worried about having the steering wheel turn too much and giving too much gas. I'd have to make a monumental error for that back end to just swing right around. In the 911, it swings. Oh, we got the BMW back on us. Getting smoother in that corner, that was one of my major weaknesses. And the last turn, corner, bendy turn, I think they're all acceptable terms, even though racers always call them turns. For the next bendy, get in here with a bit of speed, give it a little more, slow it down again, and get back on the throttle as early as possible to try to get away from that hungry BMW. We got a shark behind us. Whew. There we go, in fifth, easy, and can be back on the gas, but I took it too slow. I'm not gonna punt him, not that kind of racer. He got hungry, and he's gonna pay for it now. And he'll get past. Now we got the 911 to contend with. Oh, they're battling it out, come on. Can only hope for, wow, I don't want to wish bad on anyone, but kind of half hoping that they kind of duke it out, that they throw on the gloves, or in hockey, throw down the gloves. A little slow going through there. See, a little bit of grass there. I've completely wiped out and gone nose first in the wall with the 911 with the Ferrari. That was slow on the last turn we just went through. Can hear the engine behind me. Oh, he had to brake excessively because of me. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy. He might be thinking I'm gonna punt him, but hey, the GTR, good luck. You got a big boy car here. The tank. like the Bugatti in the GT4 or GR4 class. I think I got them. No, I did not get him. He's still so it's tight. It's a tight race. We're fighting for second here. He wants it. He's going to take it on the outside. He's pushing. He's saying, make room. I don't know about that, partner. There's your room. There's your chance. Lawn business coming through. Woo-wee. Hot dog. Trading a little paint. And down the straight for the final lap. Will we get past in the last turn? Oh, we are not going to get past. And we pole position. Yes. Too bad Lone Wolf isn't in the house tonight. I would have loved him to see this afternoon. I would have loved for you, Lone Wolf, to see that, because last night you stayed on for quite some time with a lot of patience, and we're low C classing it, and it's Lone Wolf's suggestion to come and try out the GTR. He had me try the BRZ and the GTR, and that's what I want here, a community where we learn and grow together. So please, let's learn and grow together. Let's help each other out. Because, you know, let's take it from the bottom all the way to the top. I started posting videos online as a Class D driver, a fresh Class D driver, and we're trying to make it to be a solid, you know, top 5, top 6 regular C-class driver, and hoping that I don't make the mistake of being too fast on the qualifying time. But hey, so far I can't get into the 202, and I'm racing against people that are getting 202 flat 2s and 201s and 202s. That's why I'm starting all the way back in like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, depending who they mix us in with, and showing you that you don't have to be the fastest driver if you're smart and safe. So that S rating, it's called safety. I'd say it's also called smart and safe, defensive driving. That's what you're going to learn here. That was a good one. Second place. That feels great. Clutch 20, congratulations. Great job with the BRZ, especially that I find you can gain on cars in the corners, and there are a lot of corners on the Suzuka track, but on the straightaways, I'm going to say good race to everyone. Also, a few positive messages here. And congratulations to first place. That was a very clean race. Really appreciate it. Little Debbie, thank you. We fought it out. Ghost, that was pretty exciting. We're neck and neck. What a race. What a race. So let's see. Do we have another one coming up? A daily race. So you don't have to have necessarily the fastest car. If they can't push you and punch you around, what a car the GTR can be. And you're generally going to get pushed and punted around when you've got a course with a lot of turns, especially sharp turns. So, you know, I don't think this would be my choice for the Daytona track. I want a car that's really for, you know, the few times that you really slow down a ton. I want to have that fast off the line acceleration and a good performance at high speed. So any suggestions at all for what car to drive here? You know, after playing out the track, I kind of feel like giving a comparison and slowly getting to more difficult cars. So this has all been about the GTR Nismo GT3. Now we're going to be back online a little later, and I'd say let's work it up in car difficulty. So we'd start off with the GTR. Another car that would be really an easy pleasure to drive would be the BRZ. Then the McLaren 650S. Then the NSX. Mercedes AMG also could be a potential for ease of drive. But then I'd say the intermediary top cars to play, the Porsche 911 and the Huracan. The Huracan does not get pushed around, but it is pretty sensitive to the curbs. The 911 medium sensitivity to the curbs. The back end has a tendency to spin out and, you know, go rear end first into the ditch. So we'll come back and try more cars. Comment if there's any cars you want to see driven, tested out, you know, like maybe the Corvette, the Viper. I'm a little worried about those. Just before signing off, let's try that. Let's rent an event specified car and go to the time trial and see. I've never driven the Viper, so let's see what the learning curve here is. I believe it's the last to the left. .515 horsepower, 2,888 pounds, and just an incredible look. The car looks amazing. And anytime you're wondering who gets, you know, what cars get the top speeds, you go to global ranking here. Oh, my best time was with the 458 Italia GT3, which is too bad. I love driving the car. It's a little sensitive to the curbs, but online, I just get pushed around too much. Maybe now that we're only driving with S-Class drivers, maybe I could handle it, but the BRZ is a top car. The GTR is a top car, so I'm just not driving it right. The BMW M6. So those are your top cars, and nowhere near the top is a Dodge. So I'm thinking that maybe this high turn course makes me suspect that the Viper is maybe not the best car for handling in the bendies. But hey, you gotta test it. So always good to test out your new car that you're not experienced with, or even if it's just you haven't driven it in a few days or a week and you're used to driving something else. Okay, the braking's... I wasn't using engine braking though, so that's on me. No, turn-in's nice. Doesn't feel heavy, which I would have suspected with it being called Dodge. Oh no, I like how this, so far, I'm liking how this drives, but will that stick if I hit a bit of grass or a bit of curb and it flies off the track? Handled that well. Hello, Dodge Viper. Find the brakes a little. I'm wondering if this is more a high speed. It's great. Maybe its specialty is tracks that are high speed. Let me know in the comments section. We're going to learn and grow together. So share what you know. I find the braking a little. It's, you know, it's not McLaren fast. Oh, there you go. Okay, so one small weakness. Does not like to have the pedal down with the steering wheel turn. The Nissan GTR, very accepting of that. The McLaren, very accepting of that. The NSX, pretty accepting. Taste it on the outside here and coming back over. No spin out, that's nice. Yeah, you gotta ease into the pedal when the steering wheels turn. That's just about experience. So it's so far a good intermediate vehicle, but does it get pushed around online? I like how it takes corners. Medium speed corners, great. Can handle a bit of braking while the steering wheels turn. A bit of acceleration while the steering wheels turn. Let's test out here. If I, oh, it doesn't slide out. It's not as testy as the 911. Mind you, you look like a classy gent driving around with the 911 on the track. I don't know if we can say that about the Dodge. I feel like the Dodge, I almost, you know, please don't hate me for saying this, but I feel like I'm racing to my cousin's house. Gotta ease into the pedal, but this is a very, very cool car. It sounds great. V10 engine on this. Woo-wee! Feel like a modern Dukes of Hazzard. One of the Duke boys who were cousins. I prefer for offline play, I definitely prefer the 458 Italia. But if this is more solid on a track and doesn't get punted around like the 458 Italia, then this could be a great online car. Definitely handles, yeah, it handles that nice. I have trouble popping over those with the BMW, with the Porsche 911. So yeah, a car to easily, consistently get times that are about 2 seconds slower than my best Ferrari 458 Italia time. It doesn't like too much braking while the steering wheel's turned. That's okay. So yeah, just not an absolute beginner car, not the most forgiving car, but still decently forgiving. Just need to not make any major mistakes with the footwork. Handling's nice. Curbs so far, excellent, no issues. Haven't caught some grass with the rear tires the way I often do with the 911. Doesn't slide across the road. There's a bit of grass, no issues. This is excellent. You can race American if you prefer to race American. Mind you, I am about a second ahead. Not quite a second ahead, half a second. I feel like I was a little slow on the takeoff there, but because I don't know the car at all, this is the first time I've driven this car. I was a little hesitant to get into the pedal. The GTR can go pretty hard on the pedal. So slower is faster. Better to get into a corner going slower and get back on the pedal coming out of the corner sooner. Better to go through the corner faster but have slowed down more prior. Feels counterintuitive, but so there, that would have been a crash from the 911 for me. That would have been a definite spin out. And I dropped it into 1 too quickly, no issues. And we're gonna have a pretty fast lap here, for me at least. So got in the 203s without that much work. So the Viper is definitely coming up on my top offline race vehicles. We just need to come back and test to see if it's a car that can handle the violent nature of online Gran Turismo 7 racing. And that violence is going to continue as long as the penalties aren't too high for booting people around. It's pretty fun, but it doesn't make for the most simulator style racing. So I think this likes to be revved up quite a bit. Controllable on the slide. Viper, you're good for the win. We'll be coming back and testing you later today, as tonight we come back online, having a little family visit very shortly. Got the poodles behind me. They love watching the online racing, or all racing sim. Oh, fantastic car. So this is going in the top 5 vehicles. We got the Dodge Viper, still need to fully test it and get online, so Like, subscribe, turn bell notifications on to not miss that. We'll test it out together. Braking a little weaker than the McLaren. A little weaker than the McLaren. Slightly less forgiving than the McLaren. Similar, very similar. So thank you for watching. I've got to get ready for family being over, but I really appreciate you watching JCCR Racing. Would love it if you could help out. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next live. Drop a comment. What's your favorite cars to drive online? And if you want, say why as well, because we're here to learn and grow together. We're a community. So I want to build a friendly, helpful racing community here at JCCR Racing. So really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power, and hope you get to put the pedal to the metal real soon. Take care, folks.